Hey, Shalom, Yasharala. Peace, Israel. I'd like to start off by giving our praises, our honor, and our glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash. Yahweh, that's the true and powerful mighty name, who the word ignorantly calls God. Jehovah Yahweh or higher. Bahashim means in the name. Yahweh Shai, that's the true and powerful mighty name, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yeshua, Yeshua, or Yeshaya. And the Rahakodash is the Holy Spirit, according to the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. I would like to give up honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who I've learned the truth of the Bible from. And peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect and to believers and listeners out there that came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Much love and respect unto you, brothers, pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth, risking your lives and freedom, now more so than ever. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your households. I'm the brother Yawan, coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify unto the Lord's elect. Okay? And that family of the word is inching closer and closer. Okay? It says Trump anti-SIM cards. Executive order invokes anti-Triple K law and targets leftist anti-American universities. This is how it's going to start. It's going to start with these universities and these students. Okay? And it's going to trickle down onto the ministry, man. Okay? Because they're just not going to blatantly come after us. They're going to make it gradually. Okay? So build up. President Donald Trump's executive order on anti-SIM card encourages the Attorney General to use a federal law created to target the Triple K. And you should know who the Triple K is, man. This is right there on the screen. It will direct federal agencies to tell colleagues and universities to monitor and report activities by foreign students, staff, and faculty for activities related to the T word, according to a draft of the order obtained by the forward. Immediate action will be taken by the Department of Justice to protect law and order, quell pro-Hamas vandalism and intimidation, and investigate and punish anti-SIM card racism and leftism, anti-American colleges and universities. A separate White House fact sheet about the orders circulating Wednesday stated, Salakian. It adds that the executive order demands the removal of resident aliens who violate our laws. And these aliens, it's talking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. You also have the Israelite foreigners who are likened to a speckled bird who may look like the heathen nations because they've been scattered amongst the heathen nations, but their bloodline and lineage goes back unto Jacob, our where their fathers. Okay? And mainly the northern tribes is who they talking about, these aliens. Okay? But watch, they're going to find a way to turn the tables around on you Southern Kingdom Jakes, you so-called Negroes, man. Okay? The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and it is unclear who the administration worked with in crafting the order. The Anti-Defamation League said it was consulted and praised in a statement, but sources familiar with the matters said the American You Wish Committee and Hillel International, two major You Wish organizations that have spent the past year campaigning against anti-SIM cards, were not involved, nor were the reform or conservative movements or Agudath Israel of America, which represents Haredi Jews. The You Wish Federation of North America declined to say whether they had been consulted. Okay. The response from current small hat groups was muted. The AJC said it endorsed some aspects of the order, but it cautioned that provisions that had the potential to be broadly interpreted to threaten certain ethnic and religious groups be implemented with strict adherence to existing law. Okay, so who are these certain ethnic and religious groups that they are going to implement with strict adherence to the law? Okay, it's talking about the ministry, man, the Hebrew Israelites. The order expands on the 2019 executive order from Trump's first term that directed federal agencies to intercept a crucial provision of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as covering anti-SIM cards and endorsed the widespread but controversial international, you see it, Remembrance Alliance working definition of anti-SIM cards, which includes many expressions of, you see, anti-Zionism. The new order reaffirms the previous order, which was never fully implemented, and states that federal policy will be used to use all available and appropriate legal tools to prosecute, remove, or otherwise hold to account the perpetrators of unlawful anti-SIM card harassment and violence. Specifically, the new order calls on every federal agency to identify as any powers they can use to curb or combat anti-SIM card and to inventory all pending administrative complaints against colleges and universities alleging civil rights violations related to or arising from post October 7, 2023 campus anti-SIM cards. Okay, like I said, it's going to start off with these campuses, these colleges, and these universities, but it's going to trickle down to the ministry. Okay, if you look up on something called the Southern Poverty Law Center, they have this ministry as hate speech. Okay, and that's really what they're cracking down on is hate speech, and misinformation. Okay, because Esau wants to control the narrative. Okay, Esau Edom being the self-proclaimed white man. Okay, and then the small hats being Amalek or the Amalekites. Okay, which are a tribe. Okay, the head tribe of the nation of Edom. Okay, and they're the ones that's ruling the world. Okay, they say, you want to know who's ruling the world, just look at the people who you can't talk about. And this is blatantly telling you who you can't talk about. So in addition, it says they got laws and decrees. Okay. In addition, it says the Attorney General is encouraged to use federal conspiracy against rights law to combat anti-SIM card. The measure was originally passed to combat the Triple K violence in the aftermath of the Civil War and has since been used to prosecute civil rights violations related to elections. Trump himself was charged with violating the law in relation to his alleged attempt to subvert the results of the 2020 election. It's like the last major element of the order is an instruction from the Department of State, Education and Homeland Security to come up with recommendations for familiarizing colleges and universities with the section of federal immigration law on inadmissible aliens dealing with foreign citizens who have ties to terrorist organizations. The order states that the goal is for higher education institutes to monitor for and report activities by alien students, that such reports about aliens led as appropriate and consistent with applicable laws to investigations and if warned actions to remove such aliens. Okay, and these lucky quote unquote aliens that they're talking about. Okay, it's lucky I had made a mistake earlier, but they're talking about these heathen nations. Okay, that come over here. These nationalists, these heathen nationalists. Okay. Let's see. right, let me read a little bit of this first paragraph and then we're going to jump to some scriptures. Trump's 2019 order was less broad in its scope. It was tailored to clarify Education Department investigations into anti-SIM cards. And although it generated a flurry of attention, its ultimate impact was limited in part. Salakia, man, supervisor at the job. But anyways, where was I? I'm gonna just start at the top. Trump's 2019 order was less broad in its scope. It was tailored to clarify Education Department investigation into anti-SIM cards. And although it generated a flurry of attention, its ultimate impact was limited, in part because the Trump administration never fully implemented it. Ex-President Joe Biden left the order in place, but similarly never converted it from a presidential decree into the kind of regulations that federal employees need for applying the order to their everyday work. But the policy landscape has changed significantly over the past 6 years, and especially since the outbreak of the Israel-Hamas war 15 months ago, sparked an increase in both anti-SIM card and raucous demonstrations against Israel, particularly on university campuses. The Anti-Defamation League has called for more aggressive, listen to this, they have called for more aggressive action against students. Remember, it's starting off as these students, but it's going to trickle down onto us. Protesting Israel, including asking school presidents to investigate students for Justice in Palestine chapters for providing material support to T organizations, the Secure Community Network, the main organization providing security advice to synagogues and small hat organizations in the United States, recently called for the country to expel any non-citizen alien who supports the T word, including protesters. Man, so that's saying that, hey, they're going to start deporting people. That's what it sounds like. It's gonna get bad out here, man. Do you see what they're saying? They about to start coming with more aggressive action. All right, and I'm gonna end it there right now. Going to some scriptures, man, and Lord willing, I remember to leave the link of this article in the description box. Okay, let's go here. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. Okay, because a lot of people just think that this is just going to stop at these universities and these colleges. No, we seeing, okay, those of us that's in the know, okay, and that has some type of level of discernment, we see what's being set up here. Okay, they putting these laws, all these different laws into place, really, so they can come against us, man. Okay, but they gotta put all these things on the books. Okay, and have these laws in place so that they can do it. All these decrees. Speaking of which, Isaiah 10:1, warn to them that decree unrighteous decrees and their right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will you do on the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help, or where will you leave your glory? Right. Okay, and even though we understand that the famine of the word does have to come, okay, what Esau is doing is still unrighteous, man. Okay? And they're going to have to pay for that, man. Because, this devil, he's showing them horns. Okay, he's really showing his hatred towards us. Okay? And like I said, they're going to have to pay for that tenfold. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Wiles goes into trickery, cunning, deceit. Okay, and if we don't have on this whole armor of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we gonna get taken by the tricks of the devil, man. So we gotta do everything that we can to avoid and be protected from his evil schemes. And it starts by fearing Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right. So I pray and hope that this lesson has been edifying, man. Seek the Lord while he may be found, because that famine of hearing this gospel is coming quick. So giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace, blessing, safety, and salutation, and to the hope of the elect, and to you believers and listeners out there. Shalom.